Well. Hey, the fuck is that? Just more music started to play in the background there. Whoopsies. Definitely gonna get a copyright strike for that one. Anyways, plenty to talk about today. Bitcoin, not really among that. I mean, it is back down to the below side of the range. We have hit our downside target. Well, I guess maybe not the official downside target because it was a range between about 83 to all the way 80,500, the previous low. However, the topic of today, of course, is going to be gold, silver, metals, just general topping behavior. We're seeing it right now. It's right in front of our very faces. It's obvious, I think, to most people who've been through even just one crypto cycle, who have seen major parabolic blow-off tops. This is exactly what they look like. Yes, I can be wrong about this, of course, as with anything, but we are starting to see real tangible signals for the high being in. I'm looking at the exact thing that I've been describing now for the past couple months, of which it is now in front of our very faces, which is the weekly time frame trading up significantly to the upside intra-week. It's fucking verbatim for what I've been saying for a while now, and then closing the week down. So this one went up 13 and almost 0.5%. Fucking insane for gold. Okay, we haven't seen moves like this in gold in 1 week dildos. I mean, probably since the last market cycle, I would guess. Let me actually go back here. I'm not quite certain of that. Let's see, the last major top, that was 2011. Even this one didn't have as big swings. Or hold on, I should hold on to that statement. Yes, indeed, we did. Saw a 12.5% move over here almost. And then over the next couple weeks did reverse, and that was effectively game over. Now you will naturally get some rallies on the other side, and I suspect that there's going to be some big rallies in gold on the way down, and that's going to be that, like, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for bounce plays, for the people who do enjoy that. And then there's also just opportunities, in my opinion, for just general downside plays with the trend. But I do know that people love to play the long side. They do love to play the bounces, and there probably will be some significant bounces. I'd imagine about 4,800, then again around 42. 4,300, and then perhaps a little bit lower than that whenever price retests that green 55 EMA on the weekly. That should be a big fucking bounce area. But for right now, it's like the whole fucking stars are aligning. I mean, holy shit, man. How many fucking narratives have you seen on the news, on crypto Twitter, even on crypto Twitter, by the way, and of course on YouTube as well? It's the same shit at the end of every market cycle. It tops on euphoric good news. And there's been so much good news for gold. The world is going to adopt a gold standard. The US dollar is failing, yada, yada. These things, they come up every fucking time. And we've seen it in corn land many times before. I mean, many times in the past, even 5, 6, 7 years. And now we're seeing it in gold. So I do expect that most people in the crypto space, especially who have been around for even just one cycle, you very likely recognize this. And this is, again, the exact signal that I was waiting for. And I do believe that this is very, very, very likely the top, or at the most, at the very least, if it is not the macro cycle top for gold, it is almost undoubtedly, and I can never say 100% certain because there's just no such thing, but 99.99999, repeating, of course, decimal places there, I would be looking at this as a major swing high, meaning that we should be expecting big swings to the downside. My personal opinion is that this is going to be the market cycle high, but of course, after a swing to the downside, I mean, maybe things get down to like a high 3 handle or something like that. Maybe it does put in a higher low there and then continue on later on. But for now, I think the upside is done. The overwhelming the upside is done. That much should be very, very obvious here. And again, coming back down into next week, I would be expecting this thing to have a quick reconnect with that red 5 EMA at about 4,750 to 4,800, wherever it is going to be at next week. A short bounce, and then any sort of daily closes below whatever that number is going to be next week. That is my full confirmation. Yeah, major fucking high in, maybe even the macro high. My personal opinion is that is the macro high, and we're seeing exactly what you would be expecting for silver as well. Silver, the same shit basically. Here's the daily. Of course, this one's had even bigger ranges, I believe, than gold. This one trading up intra-week, almost 30 fucking percent. It's fucking. This is just. It's the crypto cycle. Holy shit! It's crypto cycle. Bitcoin, gold, smaller moves. Silver, I don't know, Ethereum or whatever, just random shitcoin plays bigger, but same thing here. This one a little bit more obvious as well. Played up significantly, like I said, almost 30% intra week here. Now finishing the week fucking down from the open by a good margin. 7% almost as of current, and we still got 5 hours, 44 minutes, and 49 seconds left and counting. This is going to be really fucking obvious to people in hindsight, and should be very obvious to crypto people in this exact moment, I would imagine. Of course, this is also the last trading day of this month, so February, very likely going to try some downside. Yeah, I mean, that's really what I've been waiting for. I think a lot of people have been looking at something similar as well. Oh, sorry, I was looking at it daily there. It is not, or wait, what? That's the week. Yes, no, that is the weekly. What was I just on? What time frame did I just go to that looked wrong? I don't know. Anyways, yes, the weekly is looking how I would expect it to see. And, same thing here, bounces along the way on the downside, probably at around $90 even. Then again, somewhere around like 73, 74, 75. And then probably a big one whenever this thing comes down to the green 55 EMA. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for big bounce plays. Remember when Bitcoin has topped in 2021. Remember when Bitcoin has topped in 2018. There were some significant bounces on the way down. And you're going to very likely get the same shit over here as well. So there's many different ways to trade this. And of course, only my way is the right way. No, of course not. Of course not. My way is just one way, but personally, I would look at this and I would say, I probably want to get on the same side as the next trend, which is going to be the downside. I don't like playing bounces on these, on these blow off tops because, yeah, the bounces can be very impressive. They are very tradable as well. But a lot of the time, because volatility spikes up so hard, that bounce might stab down. It might stab down and hurt you a little bit before it does actually play out. What could be like a double-digit bounce or 5% bounce or whatever. I mean, these are big moves for ancient metals like this that have significantly higher market caps than our precious corns indeed. What's up, Caretaker? I see you over there. How did you get? Oh, there's a new emoticon on YouTube, I guess. Sorry, this is the Wendy's. Oh God, what do we have here? Where does the money flow to if gold and silver topping right now? Why does the money have to flow anywhere, man? It might just flow back into the US dollar. It might just flow. People coming up with this narrative about money just automatically flows from gold to Bitcoin. Look, I would be happy for that to happen. Do I think it's going to happen? No, there's no rule that says that. There's no rule at all. It's just hopium. It's just, posts that get a lot of likes on Twitter because it makes people feel good. But it would be the same thing as saying, oh, back in 2021, when traditional markets topped, money has to flow somewhere, right? No, it just goes down. It's just a market cycle. It just goes down. Everything goes down. And then later on, things do reconvene. But looking at the Bitcoin versus gold pairing over here, we did hit our $15 target. Or it's not a $15 target, but the 15 ratio, I guess, from gold versus Bitcoin. So I actually do think, here is my crazy take of the day, if gold topping isn't enough. Bitcoin versus gold, this ratio has bottomed. Is it going to dig out these lows around $15 a few more times? Yeah, it very well might. I'm not saying that it's going to reverse exactly from here. In fact, it's unlikely to do that. It's going to spend some time around these regions, but we have hit our downside target. I think that's very likely the extent of this downside. If I'm wrong, it'll come down to, 11.5, 12 on the ratio. That's fine as well. Still a higher low ultimately, but overwhelmingly the downside is done in my opinion. And a higher low right here would make a lot of sense. If you want to be a diagonal drawing line, mouth breathing fuckface, then, this actually isn't the worst area as well. And then of course, if it does take another stab down, that green 55 on the quarterly, a really, really good area to be aware of because there should be a major fucking bounce there if things do get down there at some point. But I think that it might already be done right here, to be honest with you. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You can ask for refunds on www.x.com and just, I don't know, tag fucking Tone Vase if he's still around. I don't know why his name came up. Is he still rocking and rolling? I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't mean Bitcoin will rise, boys. Yeah, this sort of nonsense being spewed by crypto influencers, I don't even know if they believe it. They probably just post it because it makes people feel good and they get a lot of likes on their posts. I don't need to do that because I'm not reliant on social media. I can say my actual opinion here. My actual opinion, it's not going to flow into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is objectively bearish. It is fucking bearish right now. Like, you cannot look at a chart of Bitcoin and say, wow, looks bullish, man. Looks like this thing wants to rip to new highs. The only way that you can make me bullish on Bitcoin at this point is by popping back above $95,000 very soon. And when I say very soon, I mean, honestly, like next week. Here's the problem with Bitcoin right now. You're about to get a silver cross to the downside. And more importantly, that silver cross already tested these major moving averages and rejected them with fucking velocity. You can see rejection right here. Next week, follow through. This week, back down to the lows. That's telling you these moving average crosses want to be played out. That's what it typically looks like. If we go back to the last time we even saw this cross, it was way back on over here. This was in 2022, May. Bitcoin had a similar sort of bull trap preceding that cross. And once it crossed, Bitcoin was basically breaking that prior range low and, slid significantly lower. I mean, I don't think Bitcoin's going to have as big of a slide on this move, but for example, that took 42 days and raised about 48.25%. Not fucking good. The time before that was, of course, over here in 2018. Again, same thing. The cross happens. There was a bit of a bull trap over here on this failed reclaim of the yellow 21. And then, over the course of how long? About 49 days, lost about 47 and a third. Not good. And then, of course, the time before that, the only time before that would be over here in 2014. The bull trap happened actually after the actual cross. This one did trade up to test those major moving averages. Again, same behavior though, rejected them and then big move to the downside. So objectively, I do have to be bearish on Bitcoin. I am still holding my short call spread. And what I did yesterday is I did something very bad. I did something I just don't do very often. I shorted just straight up naked calls. I don't do this that often. It should be a very easy position for me to cover if I need to and just pull in a covered call. But this position over here, I mean, I think that this one's just going to be undoubtedly closing with maximum profit at 15,600. And then, yes, I did, of course, short more recently the end of February expiration, the $95,000 call strike for Bitcoin 20 times. It's not a whole lot of premium on these. It is kind of far away, but of course, $95,000 is a big line in the sand for me. I'd be very happy to cover with long Bitcoin if Bitcoin were to creep its way back around $95,000. That'd be a very easy cover for me, and I'll still lock in this profit of 12,700. But for right now, I'm actually happy to naked short things, with the whole greater picture looking like this. Now, the next question would be, do you want to buy puts? It is not the worst time to buy puts actually right now. I personally do not buy puts because I don't like being long volatility in general, but volatility rising off the lows like this, when Bitcoin's on the bottom side of the range, when you got a trend reversal plus moving average confirmation, and when we'll go over MACD over here, the old McDonald's indicator, I mean, this one's also coming down too. If there ever was a time, this would be it. Personally, like I said, I don't do that. If I wanted to put a position on, let's see, what would I even do? I just want to look at the premiums here. Not that I even want to take a long put position. But let's see. Let's see what the premiums even look like. So where's my long put? There we go. All right, let's create a strategy. Long put derp, because I probably will not do this. So first off, which strike would I want? Which strike and which expiration would I actually want to do this on? Expiration, I'd go about 3 to 4 weeks out from right now, so probably just late February. And the strike I'd want is about $75,000. But God, I can already tell I'm not going to like this. But let's just see. Maybe my intuition will be wrong here. Let's see what the premiums look like. Yeah, it's still trading for 1,000. I mean, I'm not fucking taking that. No way. No fucking way. What about, I don't know. What about the $80,000 strike? Jesus Christ. Hell fucking no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell fucking no. Yeah, I'm not taking that. If I want to be short, I would just short straight up corns. But I don't want to take that position right now. Like I said, I would prefer to do this just short calls along the way. It's not the most optimal way to do it, but I just feel a lot more secure, a lot more safe, and a lot easier to manage, at least for myself. But yeah, this reminds me a lot of, 2022 May right here. Bitcoin's ready to break down, and 75,000 bucks should be a big number to be aware of. Maybe potential low right there. Definitely possible. But personally, I do think that Bitcoin goes a little bit lower, somewhere between like 55 to 60,000 ish. I think that's actually where we may very well see a major low come in. I think that's where I diverge from a lot of the major bears right now who are calling for like 34, 35, 40,000 bucks, whatever the fuck. Not saying that it's impossible, just not my first target or anything like that. And I will be buying along the way. I am still a long-term believer in Bitcoin, and I'll even be buying, gold when it comes down as well, but not right now. Anyways, let's see. What else do we have here? Where's Elsa? What are you laughing at? Elsa's laughing at Tom Lennon. Let's read through some comments and see what the hell he's saying. Wait, what? Elsa says he might be investing in soy. Tom Lennon says, Crown, any thoughts on the new Fed chair that was just announced by Trump? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, the Fed chair, the market is saying they don't care, at least for right now. I mean, unless if this weekly really starts to reverse, yeah, it really honestly has to be before Sunday, I guess, at the very, it doesn't even matter. Look, here's the fucking monthly, man. That's the fucking monthly. Like, I don't need to sugarcoat this shit. Like I said, I'm not reliant on social media. I don't need to sugarcoat shit. That's not fucking good. Okay. This is not good chart. Good chart equals not this. Not equal to good chart. Bad chart. Bad chart for right now. Long term, very good chart. Very good chart. Very happy to invest in this long term. Short term, not good chart. Bad chart. Very bad chart. You got volatility rising right now from extreme lows. While this thing is breaking down on a month, I mean, this is, like I said, obvious in hindsight, as always. Again, monthly MACD over here. This one's just continuing down. Anytime we've seen the monthly MACD cross the downside, it's game over. It's game over. It's game over, man. Game over. Game over, man. It's game over. Where's, God, where's my GIFs over here? Who knows? Who knows where that's from? It's one of the most legendary movies of all time. Game over, motherfucker. Oh, no. They don't even have it on Discord GIFs. You pathetic fucking worms. God, fuck you, Discord. You gigantic. I can't believe they don't have that fucking GIF. Game over, man. Game over, man. Game over. It's got to be there for real. There it is. Okay, found it. Found it. All right, beautiful. I will show you it. We'll show it to you right now. Game over, man. Game over. I need that as a soundboard. Oh my God, it's just so beautiful. It's just so perfect. Game over, man. Fucking Aliens 2. Or I don't think it's called Aliens 2, but it's just called Aliens. The first one was Alien. Great movie. That's when female leads actually were pretty fucking cool. Sigourney Weaver, badass. Not the same as what it is right now. Let me read through some of these comments and we'll get into some, I mean, crypto is fucked. Bitcoin will do its thing long term. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin long term. I'm still holding my coins long term. I don't think Bitcoin's going to zero. I don't think it's going anywhere close to zero, in fact. But I do think it's got some downside. And I personally am, as an investor, looking forward to that because that is typically the opportune times to, well, invest. So, yeah. That movie's on FX right now. No fucking way, Big Jaddy. I love that. I've seen that movie 100 times with my father when I was young. God, I love that movie, man. It's so good. It's so good. It's so fucking good, man. Anyways, silver momentum died at the beginning of the week, says Jose. Whoops, I'm on the wrong chart right here for silver, but yeah, I suppose, these things, it's a process, of course. So, when you go over here to the weekly, you got bearish divergence, you got extreme volatility, you got the crown oscillator turning down from the highest levels it's seen in 10, 20 years now. Even the RSI is probably the highest level that we've seen since when? Since 87. Since 87. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. And before that, it was 80. So this spike up over here, really impressive stuff. And again, just like I don't think Bitcoin's going to die for forever. I don't think gold and silver are going to die for forever. It's cycles, man. It's fucking cycles. It's fucking cycles. Just let the cycle do what it's going to do. Anyways, as far as the Rev and Ribbons over here, they have been keeping us nice and steady and safe, especially ever since the break of the mid-band at $93,000. We will actually be offering this up starting Monday of next week alongside the open of February. And this one is just continuing to have a bearish bias. We did hit the red circle target right here. I do think it will, this is just continuing to give a downside bias and saying, I guess next sort of target would be $80,000 and perhaps even just a break from there. Also on the other side, the Rev and Ribbons would be suggesting as of current, if Bitcoin can reclaim the median, or sorry, the mid band here, which again, this is a big if statement. I don't think this is what's happening, but this would change around my at least short-term opinion and medium-term opinion. If it can reclaim 90,550 on a daily closing basis, okay, cool. We might actually have a reversal in play. But until then, I just don't have the objective signals for me to be looking at hopium right here. That'd be my first line to be aware of in that, oh shit, Bitcoin actually might be reversing from this $80,000 low. Until then, this is significantly more likely to break down than it is to reverse. That again would start to change around short-term, medium-term behavior for me. And above $94,500, I'd be bullish actually. That would be my confirmation of bear trap. Again, I don't think that that's what's happening, but that's my conditions set out in advance to know if I'm going to be right or wrong. But But yeah, as far as Bitcoin, I do think that it's bottom versus gold, so that's good. Gold more or less topping. Bitcoin just probably doesn't have as much downside as gold, I guess. Holds a little more steady. But other than that, what else do I have? Not more on the topic of this. We didn't really even go over traditional markets, but they're kind of coming under pressure right now. So regarding the new Fed chair and that question, I mean, markets don't really seem to care or like it, or they're not perceiving it as great. Over here, SPY futures. A little bit of regular bearish evidence being populated right there. I don't think that that's going to be a tremendously nasty call. I'm still overall bullish on this. Here's your monthly closure coming into the end of literally the last day of this trading month. It would be a lot easier if this thing was above $7,000 to just be blindly fucking gung-ho bullish. But for right now, this is still okay. Still riding that red 5 EMA. That is what you do expect in just trending markets. I mean, how long can it do it? Well, look how long it did it over here. Look how long it did it over here and over here and several more times in the past. Same thing on NASDAQ futures. This one, again, a little bit less strong, but even then, remaining above the red 5 EMA on the weekly and the monthly, which, I mean, remains to be seen. I mean, we still got 5.5 hours left to go in the day, but so far so good. I do think that this one sets it up later, probably February, maybe latest March for new highs. I'm still overall bullish in traditional markets. I'm still overall allocated in traditional markets. The only way that I get bearish here in traditional markets is if it takes out last week's low for both SPY and NASDAQ futures. Until then, it's just ebbs and flows and general upside likely to resume at a later date. Probably in February, if I had to guess. Anyways, I shall take a few more sips of this, then we'll get into the super chats of the day. And I appreciate that, man, Sequoia. All good, man. All good. I think that's really hopefully where I can differentiate myself on YouTube and social media in general. It's like, it also makes me very boring during bullish markets because I'm never going to outdo the fucking, like the pure shillers, but in the bear markets, when things do switch around, I'm free to give a real opinion on that. Anyways, one moment. Ripley would be cast as a black trans woman. Man, yeah, I know. That was such a good character. It was, and it was good because it was believable. It was believable. Like, she was very believable, as was I think it was like the Hispanic lady in the in Aliens as well. She was a great character as well. But it seems like nowadays they're just trying to make like fucking soys into these fucking, like James Bond alpha super fucking cool badasses. And it's just like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm sorry. It just breaks the immersion. Anyways, let's see what sort of super chats we got over here. Elsa's already got them lined up. And hold on, there's definitely Steven Schickman first. Is he not first? Hold on, there's gotta be. I know he was. Yes, he was. No, it was Biff the Bear. Biff the Bear, what's up, man? Tom Lee was wrong. Wait, what was he wrong about? Tether on the daily, weekly? Wait, what? What do you mean tether on the daily? What do you mean tether on the daily, weekly? Is this actually a thing? Probably not. I'm probably being trolled right now. Yeah. Do you mean like tether dominance, maybe? Maybe that's what you meant. In which case, yeah, it looks like that's going to be a higher low above the 200 simple. Upside has to be the buys here, I suppose. So, yeah, I guess this could get nastier. I don't know. Well, actually, yeah. I mean, that is objectively a higher low, and holding on to the 200 simple, that is, yeah, that could hurt. That could definitely hurt for a while. We got Steven Schickman next, though. However, he's looking at MSTZ. Okay, I'm guessing this thing is going to continue to the upside here, and we are going to see MicroStrategy continue to fall. Did retest those highs. Okay, it's going to make new highs. I don't know, man. Let's go over to MicroStrategy. Okay, it is now officially on the 200 simple. On the weekly, oh man, I really don't think it has that much lower to go, but I don't know. If Bitcoin breaks down, then this thing should as well. Maybe it does have a lot lower to go. I really don't know. I really don't know on this one. MSTZ though, if it finishes, I mean, shit, here's the monthly, right? So the month, God, zoom in a little bit more. I mean, if the monthly continues from here, that's going to go up a lot. $20? It's still a hard one for me, but yeah, objectively it does have to be bullish as long as you're above that higher low, $12.5 especially. A lot of whipsawing around here, but yeah, that is still an uptrend. So got to go with the trend, I suppose. Looks bad. Looks bad for Mike's strategy. Looks okay for this. Let's see. We got Jerry on next. He's looking at CAS. Okay. The one person still looking at crypto shitcoins here, but good luck. And what do you fucking know? We have our first flusher of the day. The first flusher of the day. Amazing. I've turned it around, sir. It's still ugly as fuck. Is there a chance? There's always a chance. But it's like the fucking Dumb and Dumber meme. It's like 1 in a million. So there's still a chance. Yeah. A lot more likely to come below 1 cent than it is to ever go back above 10 cents. That's for sure. Bad, man. Very bad. Very bad chart. This is a strong front runner for Worst Chart of the Day award. Darkra says, hello, sir. ABAT Daily Weekly. Let's check it out. Real stonks over here. American Battery Technology Corporation. No, I'd be calling a top here, man. So the tell is on the monthly. The monthly traded up into that green 55 and rejected. This is where you do expect lower highs in downtrends, and this is a downtrend on the monthly. And the weekly is a little bit more obvious because it's just getting rejected by the 200 simple here and coming down this week, completing the next lower high. So I would be calling a high here. I think that this thing comes down next to 3 1/4, probably tries a small bounce there, but then breaks down after that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this chart, man. I don't think that there's any reason to even be remotely bullish as long as you're below about $6. Above $6, maybe I'm wrong, but for now, yeah, this looks like it wants to come down significantly over the next few weeks. Still ranging. I think that it will range between like 5 1/4 and 3 1/4 for a while, but the bias is on a downside break for me at least. Hopefully that was helpful, man. Yeah, daily, same thing. This one wants to come back down below $4 and stay below $4, I think. 1236N says quadruple U's still bullish. Let's check it out. It's kind of hard to find many charts today that are having a good day. Long term, yeah, I certainly don't hate this long term. Short term, daily is going to play out a pullback and probably does come back down to like 21 1/4. If it stabs a little bit lower, then I'd be looking at about $19, but I'd be looking for higher lows there. I actually don't think that this is bad long term, at least for right now. Yeah. Where would I actually get bearish on this thing though? I guess below like 15, but that's not really that helpful, is it? Yeah. Not bullish on the short term. Short term pulls back, but long term, I think it's actually still okay. At least for right now. MG says AGQ. Do we get a bounce? I don't know. Ask Oprah Winfrey. Do we get a bounce? There will be bounces along the way, of course. But I just think that this thing's topped. You probably get a bounce off of the red 5 EMA very soon at 237, 235 region. But I think that's going to be a very difficult bounce to play because it almost undoubtedly wants to break it and take no prisoners at some point in February, and I'd be expecting it below $200. So it's like, how much on a bounce are you going to get there? I don't know. It could be a decent amount. I mean, is it going to fill the gap at like 333? Seems a little bit unlikely to me. Yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult to play a bounce there. Yeah, the obvious thing is that it wants to come down more. You will get bounces, obviously. 240 first area. Second area is like just below $200. But just be aware, like it can slice through in a moment's notice. So bounces can be canceled very quickly. That's kind of the problem with these things. So if you do play that, that's why I personally don't like playing bounces after a parabolic blow off top. It's because, yeah, you can have some great returns, but when it wants to break, it fucking breaks, and you don't get a second chance to sell again, and you can get run over really quickly. I've definitely lost a lot of money in the past doing that, man. Let's see what else we got. We got Asty next. She's saying Ray Dalio theories relate to crash of fiat and gold. Yeah, I'm familiar with his with his model and his theories as well. And yeah, he's been saying this for a long time, and credit to him. I mean, that's why he's one of the most legendary of legendary guys, and a guy that I look up to significantly myself. Sanaz says, thank you. Yeah, Sanaz, I'm guessing, are you still in Iran? Hopefully not. But yeah, still wishing the best for Iran. Or you are still in Iran. Holy shit. Fuck. I'm wishing the best for you, Sanaz, and all of the Iranian people who are not of the shitty ass regime. I mean, God, I don't want to get onto this onto like a major tangent here, but yeah, it just makes me extremely sad. Makes me extremely sad. Ashley says ZSL stocks already got 70%. What's a fib? ZSL. Okay. Oh, there's another silver. Not good. Am I doing this right? Stocks already got 17%. What do you mean 17%? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm just bearish as fuck on this. It's a down only chart already, and is it what I think it is? Oh, it's a short silver. Oh, it's already traded up 17%. Yeah, I think that. Oh wow. Okay, when I go into the daily here now, I understand. All right, is this a leveraged one? Huh. Strange looking chart long term, I suppose. But corrective targets, I think undoubtedly you're going to hit 3.25. And then if things get more crazy, which probably does, just because this is like a parabolic blow off top sort of situation, I think something around $6, with this many drives of bullish divergence, I think that you could get one of those big bounces around there. Long term, the trend is obviously down, so it's telling me the same thing that we were saying before. It's like I don't really want to be like super, just like Bitcoin. I don't want to be super long term bearish metals and shit like that, but I think they have a lot of downside here. Biff the Bear says crypto is fucked. Perhaps yes. Desert 2 Garden LV says Fed guy doesn't go in until May. Yeah, but I mean, because we know who he is and what he's likely to do, people are going to be making decisions in advance based off of that right now. You don't. Why would you need to wait until he gets in there? We know about what he's going to do, right? So you're going to see it priced in, basically. Freddie M says, BitF breakdown from here, or is there some sort of like a confirmation process for the new Fed chair? I'm not actually sure of the process of that, but maybe they hold off until that to start to trade the future, I guess. But anyways, Freddie M says, BitF breakdown from here, or is this the bottom? I'm going to guess it's probably going to break down from here if Bitcoin's looking the way that it is, but there's always a chance, I guess. NASDAQ over here, or sorry, BitF over here on NASDAQ. I think you're almost undoubtedly going to come to 2.25. I believe that was our previous target on this thing. And looking at the monthly coming into the end of this month, yeah, I do think that it will break down. You're going to get bounces along the way. Again, probably somewhere around like $2 even. Yeah. But do I think that it breaks down? Yeah. Generally, yes. Quarterly over here. I mean, we've got another couple months, but so far not the best. Yeah, don't really have much to say about it other than that. Daily downtrend, weekly downtrend, monthly downtrend. I would be betting on downside, sir. Yeah, I think that it will break. But you probably get at least one more bounce off of the 2.25 number. I don't know how high the bounce is going to go. Probably not that high, but long term it breaks very likely. And oh God, my fart coins are at 25 cents. How dare they? I'm surprised. Maybe having all of this useless shit in the crypto space wasn't a great idea. Nah, we're being silly now. Biff the Bear says CVX daily weekly. Gotcha. CVX. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, the Chevron. Really good. Perhaps the most bullish chart we've seen today. Really good. Actually, I should probably write this one down. Nice steady gainer here. Maybe good for a long-term portfolio. Let's add that one up. Chevron usually has some of the higher gas prices though. Anyways, really good here. Monthly hidden bullish divergence on the last day of the month. I think that you're going to retest those highs and make new highs above $200. Is really good. This is absolutely the best chart that we've seen today. And I do think that you will head up actually well above $200, probably closer to like 230, 240 region. Good. It's very nice. Very nice indeed. If you're on the daily, maybe got a pullback soon after hitting like 185, 190 region, but overall it's bullish, man. I wouldn't fuck around too much with a short-term pullback. Chris Fell is looking at RR. Full disclosure, I do own this one. Let's see how it's coming into the end of this month. Not good. Not good. So what was shaping up, what early this week looked like a fucking massive breakout, by the end of the week, of course, does get rejected. That's why we wait for closures here. I'm probably going to have to capitulate on my own position, to be honest with you. And I do think that this one comes down next to like 3.25 or so. So yeah, shit happens, I suppose. Long term might still be okay, but short term, yeah, I do think that it has downside. If it starts to bounce, decently around $3, 3.25, especially, that could make me optimistic for the long term. But yeah, short term, medium term, I'm looking for downside here, man. Maybe even enough to make me capitulate as well. John Dude says, hype USDT, is it flush or not? Is it flush or not? That's a good question. Been bearish on this one for a long time, and I don't know. Should I still be bearish? Let's see. Where's the best exchange to do this one on, though? Maybe Stamp? No, we definitely have more history than that. That is absolutely for 100% sure. That looks a little bit more normal. Is it flush or not? That looks very likely it's going to be a local high, and I do think that you come back down around these lows. Yeah, I think that you have a local high, and I don't know if I'd be like super ultra mega nasty fucking 10 red dildos bearish on this thing, but I do think that this is a local high, and you do something like this from here, maybe bounce along the way, blah, 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 come back down here, and I don't know, look at it once again after it gets somewhere down around there. But for now, yeah, I think you got a short-term top in there. Sir. Excuse me. All right, what else we got here? I'm at the bottom of the comments. Benny Coins is looking at XCN. Is this copper? No, it's literally a crypto shitcoin. Amazing. Blows my mind every time. Yeah, bro. Super bullish. It's literally a down only fucking chart. When most actual legitimate things are going down only right now. Of course, a literal crypto shitcoin is naturally going to be bullish as fuck, right? No. There's hidden bearish divergence. There's high volatility. There's a downtrend. There's only ever been a downtrend. I think it might be going more down, sir. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this thing's going to probably make new lows within the next 6 months. Probably even sooner than that. This is fucking garbage, man. Not you. You're great as a person. This is a chart. Absolute fucking garbage. Garbage chart. Maybe good person. Garbage chart. Could be good person. Let's see. Tacos and Bear says Luna Daily Weekly. Again, another one that I own myself. Let's see what it's coming down to today. Coming to the end of this month, it would have been very nice if it actually closed above $20, but that's still all right. I actually still do like this one. I will continue to hold this as well. It is expected to be a pullback, as the LARP lines do suggest, from retesting that previous high. I think that it might come down, maybe like 16, $17, but I am looking for a higher low there and then continuation February or March. So yeah, personally, I will be continue to hold this one. I will capitulate below about 15.5. But until then, I'm still overall bullish on this. I'm just looking for a sideways consolidation with some short-term downside, something like that, man. Yeah, daily, multiple drives of bearish divergence, so probably somewhere down around low 16s. Something like that, man. 16 ounces of gold equals 1 Bitcoin. Indeed. We've been looking at the ratio as well. And I think the ratio very likely has bottomed. I think it just might fish out those lows a few more times. But overall, I do think that the low is in. You're not going to see it go lower or much lower if that. Natural gas. What ticker do you like for natural gas is the real question. Sultan says crypto fighting for its life. Yeah, a little bit indeed. Can you do LMT, says Suzu? Sure. Suzu. Oh, there's another Suzu. I don't think it's you, but yeah, there's another Suzu in the crypto community. Not as popular though. Really good here for LMT. I'm a general bull in defense technology or defense stocks or war stocks, whatever the hell you want to call it. Hidden bullish divergence on that last high or low at 450. Already new highs this month. That's a really good sign. I think this thing continues to make new highs throughout this quarter. Can we make a general area of interest for this one? I guess to the upside, probably $700, or maybe more accurately said, in the next, I don't know, half year to a year, probably somewhere between like 760 to 850, something like that. I think that this thing has good upside from here. This is really fucking good. That's what a good stock looks like. That's what a really good stock looks like. Tommy Dickinson says, hello, sir. What's up, man? SYPR. Gotcha. SYPR. Okay. Cypress Solutions. Don't like the long term for sure. Short term, it's problematic when you get charts like this, when they get rallies, because all of the previous rallies have failed. So like, I'm going to be a fool by calling a reversal here before it actually happens. And I'm just not going to do that. I'd probably be betting that this is going to be the next lower and local high, and that it comes down from here. But Are there some reasons to believe that the low is in? You kind of have a higher low right here. I just don't know how much I trust it on a down only asset. So if I'm personally looking at this, I'm thinking you're going to have another local high here and you're going to reverse from there. But to be fair, there is a monthly and a quarterly higher low. So I guess there's a chance. I personally do not put high value on those higher lows when it's never reversed anyway. So it's like, it's just a question of where is the rally going to fail? Is it going to fail here? Does it try a little bit higher before failing? Does it maybe even get all the way up to like, I don't know, $6-7 before it failures? I don't know, but long term, I would just be betting on a failure. I mean, this thing's been around for what? It's been around since 94. It's seen multiple bull markets. Hasn't done shit. Not a good sign, man. You want to look at NG1. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for specifying the exact ticker. And apparently it's why? Well, NGAS. Or can we just do natural? Natural gas. I'm also a producer of natural gas. Pretty good here. Higher low right there, reclaiming the red 5 EMA by the end of this month. That's a good signal. I think that this thing is actually putting a hidden bullish evidence on this higher low as well. I think it wants to reapproach the top side of the range at 5.25, and potentially just continue from there. This is not bad. It's not bad at all. I need to write this one down too. Nat gas. Let's see what else we got. Hey, all good peas of wonder. Indeed. Let's see. Nate says CVNA. Okay, CVNA. Carvana. Oh, nice. I've actually used their service before. Bearish in the short term. Long term, probably okay. But yeah, many drives of bearish divergence here on the weekly and even on the monthly as well. I think that you do pull back a bit more, but long term, I think it's okay. If it takes another step down, I'm looking somewhere around like 340 to 335. But long term, not terrible, in fact. How about Brent? Okay. Yeah, it looks like the oils are moving. Again, I don't like these down only charts, but if there ever was a time to reverse, this is it. You're also at a major moving average, so I'm going to be a fool by trying to call the reversal right here. I'm not going to do that. That's just my personal experience. I might be wrong in it, but I'll be late to the reversal if it happens. You want to look at oil? Sure. Oil, maybe not India. Why is it only giving me Indian options? Am I losing my fucking marbles right now? What's going on here? I think I'm losing my marbles. Wait, what the fuck's going on? Is it this one? Which ticker are you looking at? I typically don't look at oil from that regard. I look at XOP, and that wants to go back up to 155, 160 region, I think. Yeah. You might even have a real macro low in here. You have something that my mentor used to refer to as like the 3 spike low. You got 1, 2, 3. It's basically an inverted head and shoulders, but kind of like a weird neckline like that. Yeah, this very well might be like a major macro reversal. Hey, Druvel Patel, I don't see the text in your super chat, so just rewrite it in the, yeah, there we go. Okay, I see it. FLNC. And then you wrote some more stuff onto it. I've been holding $38 calls expiring 5/15 for a couple of months. Earning is in 6 days. Should I hold till earnings before taking partial profit? Would you long-term and short-term view? I actually like this, but I do think you're going to pull back in the short term, maybe back down to like 27, 28 bucks. So you bought the $38 calls. I don't know when you did that, and I don't know if you're in profit on those because volatility should be helping you here, I'd imagine. Honestly, okay, it is good, prudent trading behavior to sell when you hit a prior high like you see right here at 31.25. And I do think that this thing will pull back a little bit more, but I'm also bullish on it long term. I do think that it will reach higher towards $40, maybe even beyond. I don't know what you paid for those calls. So, and volatility is already quite high on the monthly, as is the weekly calling up there. So probably wouldn't get too cute with these. I think if you see stock around like 36, 40 bucks, I would sell that and take the profit, assuming you have a profit, but you should. Again, I don't know exactly where you bought those calls. You like how much you paid premium for those $38 strikes. Because that's still pretty well out of the money. I mean, that's nearly 30% out of the money right now. So I don't know. I really don't like buying naked options. Buying naked options, I think, is a loser's game. If you're bullish, buy the underlying stock. If you're bearish, sell it short. When you buy naked options, whether it's calls or puts, I just don't think it's wise. It is absolutely never optimal. Absolutely never. Anyways, stock TAC for Swag and Stories. Nice name. Let's see. Okay, TAC. And then I want to read Asti's comment. Seems interesting. Daily, weekly, monthly. Weekly, hidden bullish evidence right here. Monthly, I actually would be looking at that 11.5 or $12 low as the next higher low, not because it's guaranteed, but because right now you actually do have an uptrend. So I would be favoring that. If you do come back down below that $12 low, it's going to be pretty ugly. I think you come back down to like $10 from there and maybe even lower. But for now, I'd give it the benefit of the doubt. I think you trade sideways for a while and then try another upside move. I think it's actually okay. But I should definitely say I'm not that confident on this chart. That's for sure. And if it does come down below that number, then I would be happy to get bearish on it. All right, let me read through this. Ask usually has some pretty interesting things. Ask says, Crown, I will explain these shit coins that keep getting requested. ISO 2022, complaint, bank coins, XRP, Cardano, Link, XLM, HBAR, Algo, QNT, FLR. Wait, what? Well, are you just listen? What's the explanation though? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing some. AMZ, daily, weekly for Darren. Sure, man. AMZ. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's not Amazon's ticker. It's AMZN. What? Have I been living under a rock or some shit? Okay, no, this is on fucking stupid ass German exchanges. Why? Hold on. AMZ. Yes, that is correct ticker. Okay. Do you mean Amazon? Maybe. I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know. What's up, Midnight Rave? Good morning to you, ma'am. OXY, stock of oil oxidant. Let's see. I think if you want to play the oil rally, I think there's better things. This one just hasn't done that well. Like, I don't think it's going to have the bigger returns. The other ones are going to have the bigger returns. It's really fighting for this higher low at 30, what is it, like $38.5. You do technically have a very easy setup right here, because if you want to long this, your natural invalidation is just the December low of 38.5 or whatever. So you don't have to risk that much to figure out if you're going to be wrong. But at the same time, I don't think that this thing has the upside that the other oil related stocks do. It just hasn't been as good for the long term. Do you know about ISO compliance? What about it? What else do we have? I'm 200% profit, says Drew Val. Oh yeah, man. If you're in profit, I would definitely be taking some off on the retest of that previous high. I do think it probably tries higher though in February, but at that point, you're getting closer and closer to expiration. So you're fighting theta decay, right? And while stock probably goes in your direction, is that going to outpace the theta decay? I don't know. That's where you kind of get fucked on options if you're buying naked options. Can you look at RR and London Stock Exchange, daily, weekly for Rupin? Sure. I think this is Rolls Royce. Yeah, it is. Really impressive move right there, by the way. But I do think that you have a local high in. You have many drives of bearish divergence on the weekly. I think next move is down to 1147, probably short-term bounce there, and maybe lower over time to like, I don't know, 1070, 1080 region. But yeah, long-term, probably okay. It's the ladies man. Oh yes, we have Sir Ladies Man. BAE Systems. Okay, gotcha. Oh yes, the ladies. Oh, it's the British LMT. Okay, so it's probably this. No. I'm just going to write this in. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's got a period there. Okay. Oh, and you literally put that in, and I'm a fucking idiot for not realizing. 1, 2, 3 drives of 4 drives of bearish evidence here. I think that you do play at a downside move. Long term, I would be bullish on it, though. This is good. This is very good long term. I just think short term, you pull back probably to like, I don't know, 1800-ish, maybe 1850, whatever. Long term, good, though. Hidden bullish evidence on the last monthly higher low. So long term, I'm bullish. Short term, sideways and down, but that's okay. That's okay. They are ISO compliant. Cool. Chris Fellis is Solana, weekly, monthly. Probably the last person trading Solana at this point, but fair enough. I'm still looking for $100. Yeah, still looking for somewhere around $100. Probably another bounce attempt there, but I mean, this is just bad. I think over a long enough period of time, it probably breaks below $100, but that might take some time to really get it, in a position to truly break down. For now, just looking somewhere around $100. It's bad. It's not very good as far as charts go. But yeah, almost undoubtedly $100, or maybe even a spike down to the April low of last year and then a bounce. I don't think you're going to break down like this. I think you're going to come down there and bounce and then maybe break down, something like that, maybe. Overall, though, I think it's done. It's a dunzo sunzo. ISO is just a global quality standard. It's a badge on factories that make stuff like a global quality badge, because all those cryptocurrencies he lifted above, they're supposed to be positioned to have higher upside. Sure. I mean, sounds like a bank just giving something a price target or like a good rating, but to me it doesn't mean much. I guess I want to see a good chart. That's how I decide if I think something's good or not. Not based off the opinion of some, I don't know, badge or whatever. I mean, maybe they're legit, but I just personally favor price action over that. So at the end of the day, price is what people are actually doing. That's what people are actually doing. Those who are both have insider information and insider knowledge, and also those who do not. But it's the purest that we can get, really. Yep, we have some scam comments as well. That's great. Caretaker's right fucking on it, though. I love it. I haven't heard about Alga since 2021. God bless. Yeah, man. I'm actually genuinely curious what it looks like right now. I can almost... I will never be able to guess what it's going to look like. Oh, what do you know? It's the traditional dead heartbeat chart. How many times have we seen this? A million fucking times. What's up, Colin? Been a long time, man. Hope you're doing well as well, man. A fun time to jump in as well, dude. Have you looked at metal dumps earlier in the stream? Yeah, man. That was all during the beginning of the stream, so I think we're good there, man. Very nice. No crown says midnight. What about it? Wait, about Algo? Is it good? But it's got the badge, bro. It's got a badge, man. It's got to be good. It's going to go up. The badge says so. The badge says literally up only. But wait. Huh? It's going down only? What the fuck is this, man? Did the badge lie? Did the badge lie? Nope. There, I fixed it. The badge didn't lie. It's up only now. That's right. The badge says press Alt and I at the same time. Thomas Powers Media says, yeah, investing in crypto based on the ISO thing doesn't make sense to me either. Yes, I would have to agree with that statement. We have the shittiest chart of all time, but it's got a badge. I'm long. They can't liquidate me if you got a badge. Hope Riot can close above 1630, says Jay Pittman. Let's check it out. I remember we looked at this one earlier this week. No, this thing wants to come down, man. This is I think at best it's a range play between $20, which just got rejected, and about $13-14 on the downside. And I do think you will see 13 or 14 on the downside. I think that's best case scenario, though. Obviously, worst case scenario is it just breaks down, below $12 and confirms a mega macro downtrend. But for now, just short-term downside and look for a bounce there. But yeah, long-term, it's just another one of those charts that's just very difficult to love because of the history. The badge equals the moons. That's not how you channel abundance. My apologies. My apologies. Yes, indeed. I'll rub my crystals twice and click my heels and say 10 Michael Saylor's prayers. Wait, what? Devald says, hey, Crown LAC, 4 Hour Daily. Sure. Yes, lithium. So another metal. I have to say it's probably topping with the rest of them, and this is now undoubtedly a swing high. It's not even a swing high. It's just a bearish engulfing dildo, barring a epic rally before end of day back about $5.5, so more than a 10% rally before end of day. I'm looking for this thing to come down next to about 4.5 or 440. Try for a bounce there, but I think undoubtedly that bounce is going to fail, man. This thing, this is yet another lower high in a series of lower highs in a monthly downturn. I think long term you come down to like $2.5, and that's gonna take some time. But yeah, pretty ugly. 4-hour time frame down probably fills the gap at 480 daily. Same shit. Daily is gonna probably find its way down over the next couple of weeks to 4.5 or so. Thoughts on possibly shorting Lyft Uber on autonomy future. I don't know. I haven't looked at the chart. I guess that kind of makes sense intuitively, but I'm not that smart to figure out narratives, man. I can look at a chart though. I can tell you the daily I don't like. Not a humongous fan of the monthly here either, but yeah, I think that this chart generally goes down. It's real. All that I got to say about that. I think that you're going to see it in the next month or two, down around like 72 or so, maybe even all the way down to like 62. But that's probably like a longer term thing. Space Nectar says Bitcoin versus gold monthly, I think is the most interesting chart right now. Yeah, I agree. It's a very interesting chart because I do think that it's basically bottomed. But don't be surprised if it kind of wicks this bottom and fishes it out a few more times over the next few months. Just because it's very likely bottomed, in my opinion, doesn't mean it's going to just immediately reverse from here. No, it's going to spend some time on the lows. The low is a process. For example, the last low that was put in, I mean, realistically, it took all this time here from this to this, which was 8 months. That's a long time. It's more than half a year. Speculative operative word. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Most oversold ever. Is it? Technically, yeah. That's not really a good sign, though, to be honest with you, man. For me, it's more so it hit major targets, and it still does have a long-term uptrend. I guess if you were to do something like this, well, you would be expecting, I guess, a bounce here based off the RSI trendline regression. But yeah, I do think the low is in. Thomas Powers is looking at WRD. This is a Chinese robo-taxi. Interesting. All right. Actually really bad. Really bad. I'd be looking for this thing to make new lows this year. Surprising, because from what I understand, Chinese electric cars are like a lot cheaper than what we have here in America. But for what I see on the chart, it's a down only chart for now, and I'm looking for this thing to come down probably below $5 given enough time. Might take a long time though. 99S2K says, hey Crown, does lifetime access to quantum wave bands have ribbit bands? No, it's going to be its own separate thing. I'll explain the reason why we had to do that. The reason why we had to do that is because the quantum wave bands there's actually multiple people involved in it besides Revin, and in the ribbit ribbons. It is really difficult to say. In the ribbit ribbons, it's just Revin. So we did have to separate them out. But of course, we will have big discounts for people who do have quantum wave bands and whatnot. So yeah, if that is you, then certainly send Elsa an email and she'll hook you up with a nice discount. And like I said, it's available to anyone who has quantum wave bands already. But officially next Monday, we will just open it up to the public if they want to get into it as well. Thoughts on Tesla? Yeah, we can look at Tesla. Again, I do own this one, but depending upon how the chart looks, I might be selling it. Not terrible, in fact, but also not necessarily ready right now, but you already knew that. Is it going to put in a low at 420? That would be very poetic. And we do have a little bit of bullish divergence right there. Is that going to be enough to reverse it? That's a real question. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm happy to be long-term bullish Tesla, and I hold my Tesla coins as long as it's above about 380. So to me, this price action over here is kind of irrelevant. Below 380, yeah, I would flip around to being just not wanting to hold. But for right now, it's still above all the major moving averages, so I do have to have a bullish bias long-term. I think it's going to take some time, man. Hey, all good, Marty. ELVR, sure. ELVR. It's another lithium thing. Looking a lot like a macro top there, man. As is the monthly. Next month it might pop back up to like 52, $53 to retest the open, or maybe even slightly higher. But this is a macro high, man. This thing wants to come down to like $37 and maybe try a bounce there. But most of these metals are done, I think, based off of gold's top. APP for Kappa Loves Food. Okay. Don't know this one. Is it this? App Lovin'? It's like Mick Lovin'. Is he a 26-year-old Hawaiian organ donor? I'm an organ donor as well. I am. Not good, man. This thing wants to come down sub $400 in the coming months. Bounces along the way naturally, but yeah, this thing wants to come down, dude. Should get a bounce attempt off the 200 simple here, but barring any massive bounce back above 680, I'm bearish as fuck on this thing, man. Like, that's ugly. It's ugly. It's very ugly. All good. 99S. All good, man. What are those moving averages? It's a 5, 21, 55, all EMAs. USAR for Ari Miller. Sure. USAR. Okay. This is rare earths again, and short term, a local high, and I do think that a range forms, but I'm not bearish on this. I just think it comes down short term. I think we already drew out the LARP lines here. I think it might come down a little bit lower actually, but as long as it's holding above about 17 and a quarter, I am actually long-term bullish on this. I just think it comes down a little bit in the short term, and that's fine. Probably somewhere around 19 and a half at least, something like that, man. I think you missed my super chat for Devald. S-Fix, maybe. Let's see. Do I recognize this one? Maybe I did. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, I think I did. Well, I have charted this out at some point, it looks like, but hard one here. I actually think that it will end up being okay, or at least that's my disposition for right now, because you do have 1, 2, 3 higher lows here, and you're back at the range highs. So that is what things typically look like before they reverse. And this is generally considered just a reconnect with the red 5 EMA in the monthly, which is not bad at all. I mean, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Normal, I suppose, on any month over month period. So I'd actually be cautiously optimistic here, but in the short term, I do think it comes down a little bit more. I think that it comes down maybe like 4.5, maybe even all the way to like 4 1/3, or sorry, 430. But can't really call a breakout here until you're closing above the price action pivot, which is 594. Price action pivots keep doing their jobs. And where would I get very bearish on this? Anywhere below last month's low, I'd get very bearish on this. But until then, I'd actually have kind of like an optimistic bias despite really bad long-term history. So maybe I'm being a fool by even giving it a chance, but that is usually what reversals look like. So short-term down, but as long as it's above that last month's low, I'd actually give it a chance here. 1, 2, 3 higher lows is typically how that does happen. So it's just my opinion. Cool. One moment. There goes silver as well. Yeah, gold's coming down pretty hard now. PGen for Dave W. Sure. Sure. Precision. Okay. New one for me. Long-term terrible chart. Yet again. Weekly here. Not terrible. I mean, it's in a short-term uptrend, and you do have a nice formation here as well, right? You got price action pivot is your highs at 519. And then you got these rising bottoms here. So that is good. As long as you're above 380, I'd actually be bullish on this. But the second you come back down below 380, I look for this thing to fall apart. So I'd be bullish as long as you're above there. If your next breakout confirmation is above 519 on a weekly closing basis, and at that point, probably see a big move up to like $6.5, $7. But long term, it kind of says, hey, don't trust me on a reversal. This is garbage, but give it a chance until then if you want a little bit of hopium, I suppose. Silver dump is insane. Let's check it out. The silver dumpola. Oh, yes, it is indeed. I don't want to say I told you so, but this is fucking precisely what we were looking for. Precisely. Like, picture perfect. Couldn't be better. Could not be better. Keep in mind, though, it very easily can bounce up beginning of next week to retest this week's open. That wouldn't be surprising at all. And that's personally, if I was going to take a short, that's where I'd be looking for. It's going to be big fucking swings in these things. Big fucking swings. You want to look at Ethereum? Sure. It's going to be garbage, but sure. Coming back down to our bottom side target here at 2,700. I do think that it will reach lower. I think that you'll at least get to about 25 before the next real bounce attempt. And I'm not so confident that's going to be like a tremendous big bounce, but sorry, did I say 25? Let me adjust that. It's more like 24. Should be a bounce temp there. Yeah. It's a failure of a chart. Or it's just it's not a failure of a chart. It's just irrelevant in my opinion. Irrelevant. FTNT. Oh man, I remember this ticker from my traditional market days, but I don't remember what it actually does. I have no fucking clue. It's some sort of informational technology. I do remember this one. That's crazy, man. Just had like a deja vu experience. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. I think you're putting in another lower high right here. Let's see if it does not have hidden bearish divergence. So at least there's that. I guess there is a chance. Maybe there's a chance. I mean, long-term, certainly a good chart. I would give it a chance to bottom out somewhere between $70 and about $90. You're in the middle of that right now. So it's not super helpful, but I wouldn't get super bearish on it. As long as you're above $70, it is actually long-term very good. And it should be putting in a low somewhere above $70. But, you know, maybe this takes like fucking, I don't know, a few more months. It's very possible. What else we got here? I think we might be calling it a day now. New highs coming in for Toyota. I don't know. Pretty mad at Toyota after my experience with them. They tried to sell me. These motherfuckers. Oh my God, man. These motherfuckers. Toyota. They really... These motherfuckers, Toyota. They tried to sell me a 2025 capstone... what's their big truck called? Not the the Tundra. Capstone Tundra with 7,000 miles on it. With 7,000 miles on it. This was just like a month ago or 2 months ago. 7,000 miles on it for like $95,000. The next day I went over to GMC and I went with the Sierra Denali and you know everything like upgraded there to like the maximum. And I won't give out the exact price, but it was decently less than that. I couldn't fucking believe it, man. They must have just thought I was the biggest fucking idiot to ever walk into their store. But fair enough. I mean, that's okay. Like in hindsight, I'm actually kind of glad it worked out because I love my truck, man. My truck is fucking great. I love it. I fucking love it, man. Yeah. 7,000 miles on it. It's not even a new car. and I mean, technically the 2025, it was a 2025 model. I forgot to explain that as well. They have 2026s now. Like, that's insane. That's fucking crazy. That's what you have as well, Turbo. Yeah, man, it's a great truck. I love it. Every day when I get into it, I'm like, man, I'm so glad those Toyota motherfuckers try to screw me like that. Yeah, Toyota does make some good stuff for sure, but I will never buy from Toyota after that experience. I mean, just the fucking smugness of the sales guy there. He was like really adamant that I was getting a great deal on this, and I'm just like, I didn't obviously spill the beans and, you know, with words, because like, why give up your position? But I was just thinking in my head, like, wow, this guy actually thinks I'm a fucking retard. Holy shit. And I am, but not that retarded. Chevy sucks. Well, I don't actually have a Chevy. It's a GMC, sir. Wait until your engine blows up. Sure. I will wait. I have a diesel, not a not gas, but diesel. Look, if it blows up, I'll still be way more happy with that. Yeah, salesmen are the worst, man. I mean, fuck, man. The salesmen at Chevy, the salesmen at Toyota, the salesmen at basically everywhere I went, they just all suck, man. They all suck. I'm not looking for bang for my buck. I'm looking for a nice truck, man. That's what I'm looking for. But I appreciate the knowledge. I have a Ford F-150 Raptor. Yeah, those are beautiful trucks, man. They really are. They really are. Those Raptors are fucking sexy, man. Yeah, you know, fair enough. To each their own, man. Look, I understand people are like as fucking religious about their cars as they are about their shitcoins, but I just had a better experience there. fucking hate me, I guess. I don't know. Benson Alfred is looking at CC Oh god, yeah, sure. Well, maybe it's going to be good. Who knows? There's always one shitcoin that's looking good, and I guess this one's it. This is the one. This is the one shitcoin that actually looks pretty good. Fair enough. I don't know how much I trust it because, you know, shitcoin crypto typically fails after a long enough period. But yeah, for now, right now, pretty good. Probably the only upside chart that I've seen today for cryptos. I don't know. Probably heads above 20 cents or so. Thank you for letting me know, Brother Nature Joe. Not very socially well attuned, but thank you for letting me know, sir. What else do we have here? ARTY, daily, weekly. Gotcha, man. ARTY. Yeah, I think the biggest difference is that it's just more enjoyable to be in that GMC truck than the Toyota. Like, I'm sorry to say, but it's significantly nicer. Anyways, the ARTY chart, you know, you retested your high over here. You're pulling back from that. Okay, that's expected. Does it pull back a little bit more? Maybe, but ultimately, this is actually pretty good. I do think it may very well pull back first, so to like 48.25. So that's a big move for something like this. That's like a nearly 10% move. So short term, yeah, pull back. Long term, I think it's good. It's fine. If you take care of any truck with basic maintenance, it's going to last a long time. Probably yes. We shall see. We are in the year of 2026, Mr. Creighton, after all. Got me a 2004 Pontiac. I forgot about Pontiacs. Those are great cars. Okla. All right, last one for McDonald's house. The Okla on the daily. Whoops. Hey, what? Is this? Why? Hold on. Oh, is this a crypto? No. Are you sure that's the right ticker, man? I'm not seeing an OKLA ticker. This is bizarre. Comfort is important indeed, man. I have a sweet 3rd generation Tacoma. Love it, but I want a diesel now. Yeah, diesel's pretty awesome. Hey, Crown, we going lower and lower for Bitcoin, aren't we? Not even a relief bounce. I mean, there's been relief bounces for sure. That was the last bounce to 95, and maybe one more bounce to like 85, 86. I think that's possible, but I am generally leaning to a downside breakdown from here. So, you know, to me, it's kind of irrelevant. Anything below, I think it was, where's my ribbons? 90,500 is irrelevant. It's just straight, you know, general downside buys here. All right, last couple ones. Nothing like a listed comfortable pickup to view down upon. It is pretty fun. Not gonna lie, man. It is pretty fun. Okay, Oklo. Here we go. Okay. Oh, whoops, I'm on the wrong chart. My apologies. Oklo. Here we go. I'm still sticking with my LARP lines right here. I'm looking for this one to come down in the short term to like 73, but also bounce. I'm only bearish if it comes down below whatever your low was from late December, 70.5 or so. At that point, I'd be bearish for a move down to like $50. But for now, give it a chance to kind of put in another higher low here at 75 or in change or whatever. All right, Chris Vella, or let's look at IWM and then we'll get to Chris Vella. Short-term local high. I think short-term you got a pullback here. Long-term, still a breakout. Still bullish long-term, at least for me. Short-term, does it come down to like 255? I don't know, probably. Matrix Soul. All right. Last of the last. And not bad. Not bad versus Solana derp coin. I don't know. I'd probably have to say I'm just generally biased for this thing to pop back above about 2 cents or so. I bet the trucks were crazy expensive in Finland. Dude, they don't even have trucks there. And if by some act of God you were able to get a truck, some fucking short-haired environmental hippie is going to come out and slash your tires and then put a note on your car saying you're welcome. I'm not even joking. I'm really not joking. I'm actually really not joking. All right, last one for copper, just because I'm actually like super interested to see it's XCU. Yeah, that's right. Terry T says people get attached to car brands like they get attached to shitcoins. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, look, I'm not married to GMC, but I do love my truck. You know,
I'm married to it.
Elsa's married to it though. She loves it. Copper. I mean, yeah, getting rejected at the wrong time here. Damn. Copper still looks like it actually could be okay to me. Like maybe it comes down to 5.5 and then tries another rally. But yeah, I do have to call this as a local high here. So I think I'm going to be wrong in my prior analysis that copper was going to continue up to, some pretty crazy targets here. But I wouldn't capitulate on that analysis just yet because it very well could do something like this, pop down, put in a higher low, and then do the move because it really hasn't blown up its top or nothing like that. It's not in the same position as gold or silver, monthly and quarterly. It's not amazing, but I wouldn't call it over just yet. Close what he wants. I see you. Yeah, the question is can copper go without gold going? If we're going off a cycle theory, then generally no. But if I'm looking at the chart, it's not in the same position as gold or silver at the moment. So I would still hold my breath for copper. I'd want to see it next week. I can easily change my mind on it, but for now, I'd still kind of be rolling with the same, to be honest. But yeah. Just make sure you change that oil before the recommended interval. Very, very, very appropriate. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. In fact, I'm probably about due for that right now. So thanks, man. Anyways, I think we should probably shut off this stream at the moment. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone joining in. It's been a little bit more of a fun stream today because we're actually seeing, something new fucking happen for once, which is great. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the markets and whatnot. Things are actually happening once again, not necessarily with Bitcoin, but certainly with the metals, which I think is where most of this community is at, and just generally more interesting to watch as of right now. So yeah, we'll be back at it next week, of course. Saturday, I may start to release the beginning of a new and updated TO 101 playlist, but I need to finish a few things first. I really want this to be like the best thing on YouTube, so I'm taking my time with it, but I'm almost there. I'm just a few videos away at this point, so shouldn't be that much longer. If it's not this weekend, probably next weekend. Anyways, as always, I want to wish everyone the best of the best. Take care. Much love. We'll be back on with another live stream on Monday and a traditional market overview as well as metals on Sunday.